Can you let me share my screen there, Laura?
Can I help you do that? I
see your screen.
Yeah.
Let me see. I might be able to.
I don't even.
Request remote control.
I think you have to do it, Dawn.
It wouldn't let me. It said it's been disabled.
I just approved you.
All right, you've been approved.
So, but I don't think it's working.
Okay, and I've goofed up my screen. So I don't know. Wait. Yeah, no, it says waiting for Dawn to control your screen.
Okay. Yeah, waiting for me to control your screen. That doesn't share mine though.
I don't even see my whole screen. You know, I hate it when I look like I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, I tell you what, how about if I just go through the presentation and then I will email the PowerPoint out.
Okay, I'll keep playing.
Okie doke.
Okay. I'm
so,
sorry.
No, that's okay. That's all right. So I am Dawn Levinsky with Ohio Means Jobs, Summit County. We are conveniently located on Talmadge Avenue, just a few minutes off Route 8. So who is Ohio Means Jobs? We are part of the Department of Labor under the Workforce Innovation and Opportunities Act. By law, each county is required to have an Ohio Means Jobs. Now, one of the interesting things with that is that while they say we have to have one, the law does not say what that has to look like. So we're very fortunate in Summit County that we have such a robust system. Part of our network is, and we do have 13 partners in the network. So they include Opportunities for Ohioans with Disabilities, Vantage Aging, Veteran Services, State Unemployment Workers, Job Corps, and Project Learn. I tell you that so you can make use of the resources or use me as a resource for any of those departments. Our overall theme is all of our services are 100% free of charge. So you will never, ever be asked for any money, either from job seekers or from employers. All of our services are paid for with tax dollars. And our goal is twofold. Number one is helping employers connect with quality talent. We do have a lot of individuals out there that are seeking jobs. Some of those job seekers don't know what their talent bank is or how to articulate those. So we can help job seekers with that. But we also, more important to you guys, is we listen to what employers have to say to try to help them identify what skill set they're really looking for. We've all had that situation where we see something and it seems like a really great idea. We get it and then it sits in the kitchen drawer forever, right? And we do the same thing with our employees. We don't really optimize our employees because sometimes we don't know what we're looking for until we get feedback from somebody else. We also, the second goal is to help job seekers find permanent, sustainable employment. So, you know, we are not a recruitment center. We are not a staffing agency. Our goal is long-term permanent placement. So I'm just going to take a minute to go over some of the services that we offer to job seekers, just so you can kind of get a feel for the effort that goes into that. Much like employers, to job seekers. We offer a variety of services. Some job seekers are only interested in receiving notices of recruitment events that are coming up, or job fairs, or companies that are hiring, or that kind of thing. More than happy to do that for them. Other job seekers want more one-on-one assistance with developing their resume, job search activities, mock interviews, and sometimes career counseling. We're seeing more and more individuals who are kind of getting out of industries that there just isn't a lot of opportunity left. So the goal is to help them see where their skill set can take them to next. What does the next chapter look like for them? So the entire process is very much job seeker driven. It's however much or little you want to take advantage of. And I have a lot of job seekers that they walk in the door and they say, all I want to know is when and where do I go to apply for a job? And 2 months later, when they're getting nowhere, they come back and go, okay, well, maybe I need a little bit more help. That's fine. I'm okay with that. We do have a nice mixture of workshops that we offer. Of course, right now, everything is virtual. So if you're interested in a little sampling of some of those workshops for job seekers, they are on our homepage, which is summitomj.org. Like I said, that is a sampling. We certainly have many, many more for individuals who are actually registered with us. All right, so again, more important to the audience here. Some of the I'm going to go through several things that we offer to employers, starting kind of with the most complex and then going to the least. So starting with candidate pre-screening and assessments. Again, we can do as much or as little as you want in assistance with hiring and onboarding. We can conduct pre-screening if you are interested. A lot of employers are a little sketchy of that because they don't want somebody else telling them who is a good candidate and who is not. And I totally understand that. But I was talking to somebody earlier this week, and he said, we posted our jobs on job boards, got 150 resumes, and we're going to extend 3 offers. So just in the interest of your own time, wouldn't it be nice if I got 150 resumes and I sent you the top 10, 15, 20? We do a lot of this with a lot of big companies. You can set up the pre-screening questions. You can tell me what your deal breakers are. And I can send you all of the resumes then that, work within your deal breakers. And for anybody who is interested in working for your company, but they can't because of their background, their driving situation, their childcare situation, whatever, we can help them find other opportunities. We can also help with assessments if you are interested or required to have assessments. Examples of assessments might be typing tests, medical terminology, work keys if you're familiar with that. Again, at this point, because everything is virtual, it's sending people links or redirecting them to where those assessments are, but we can certainly assist with that. The next idea is targeted recruitment events. Targeted recruitment events, we use Premier Virtual for our platform. We find that to be one of the more user-friendly versions. And we can do targeted recruitment events in multiple ways. Some companies want to do almost like a job fair of their very own company. Maybe they have several positions that they're hiring for. We can list all those positions and we can do a job fair just for them. Again, accepting the applications, accepting the resumes. I can either push them all back out to you, or I can sort through them and see what's reasonable and what's not. We can include you in that Premier Virtual platform, so you can actually do a chat when customers are stopping by. It's kind of like an instant messaging concept. Or you can say, I don't really have time for all that. Just send me the resumes that you get. And we can do that too, no problem. Last year, we've done these with multiple companies all at the same time. Last year, we were fortunate enough to host the Veterans Job Fair in November. We had over 70 employers signed up for that and over 100 job seekers show up for that. One of the common questions that we get is, how do you market these things? Or where do you get your customers from? The answer is we get them from a little bit of everywhere. Anybody in Summit County who applies for public assistance and is able to work has to register with us. Most people who register in Summit County to get unemployment have to register with us. We get a lot of people who just kind of stumble across us and say, I need a job and I'm not having any luck. We can help them. And then we get a lot of personal referrals too from family and friends of others of our customers. So a lot of opportunities for different kinds of customers. All right, job postings. Now, we can post your positions. Any position I get, I am posting in our database. We can also post on Ohio Means Jobs, or perhaps more efficiently for you, I can teach you how to post on Ohio Means Jobs. So you can put your own jobs up there. And once you have created an employer's account, you can also search resumes. So maybe it's a situation where you don't want to post a job necessarily, but you do want to look and see who is looking for jobs. And you can post with keywords. I'm sorry, you can search by keywords to see who's out there looking. When we have a conversation about how to post your job, I will ask you for clarifying things like, do you want your wages posted? Do you want your benefits posted? Do you want the name of your company posted? Because some people say, no, I don't want the name of my company posted. Just have them send all the resumes to you. You can forward them to me. Because again, there may be times where you don't want people necessarily to know that you're hiring. Common examples would be you haven't let go of the person you're replacing yet. And everybody in this room are very small businesses. So do you want 50 people walking in the door trying to apply? Sometimes that's just not feasible, again, especially right now. So maybe you don't want your name posted. When we do post positions, we advertise them on our Facebook page and on our LinkedIn if it's appropriate. We certainly go through our database of job seekers to see if there's anybody there who might be a good fit. And we will also include you if you are interested in additional recruitment events we may be having. So like I have one coming up in about 2 weeks that's focused on food service and hospitality. So instead of doing a recruitment event for a company, I'm doing it geared towards certain positions. And when I'm done with it, I'll take all those resumes and sort through them and send them to businesses that would be appropriate. I kind of determine what's appropriate based on things that I know about you and things that I know about the customer. So for example, if I have somebody who doesn't have a driver's license, I'm not going to send them to a company in Twinsburg. That just doesn't make any sense. I'm going to send them to companies that are on the bus line. So if you've got special criteria that you want met, let's say you are working you're cleaning banks, I know I can't send anybody to you with a felony record. So, those are the kind of criteria I use to assess appropriateness. All right. And again, what's most important to most of us in this room are the hiring programs and incentives. So there's 3 programs that the state supports. First being a work opportunity and tax credit. This is a program through the state that gives you tax credits when you employ certain populations of people, including but not limited to those taking public assistance, people with felony backgrounds, individuals who are veterans, and a few other miscellaneous categories. The state has just reopened their Tech Cred program. This is used to upskill technology skills in the workplace. So if a company is looking to upskill their workforce and wants that workforce to get industry recognized credentials, like maybe you hire an administrative assistant and you want them to get certified in Microsoft Office Suite, the state will reimburse the cost of that. And finally, Shared Work Ohio. The goal of Shared Work Ohio is to reduce the number of laid off workers. So let's say, for example, you had somebody who was doing billing and you had 2 billers. Maybe now you only have enough business to support 1 biller. Under Shared Work Ohio, you could reduce both of their work hours, have them each working 20 hours a week. The company is obviously responsible for paying them for their 20 hours a week, but then unemployment picks up the other 20 hours a week for each of them. Again, the goal is to keep people working and minimize the cost for hiring and training going forward. Because then when your business picks up, you already have people who are trained and who understand what it is that they have to do. All 3 of those programs are administered by the state. And I can certainly give you a hand with connecting you to the right people. Unfortunately, I've just told you 100% of what I know about all of those, but I can connect you with people who know more. 2 programs that we use locally and we are actually responsible for. One is on-the-job training and one is transitional jobs. Now, for individuals who participate in on-the-job training programs, those people, companies need to be paying those people at least $13 an hour, 40 hours a week, and the anticipation is long-term employment. The county reimburses wages at 50% up to $10,000, depending on the length of the training program. So if you have somebody that you're thinking about hiring and they're going to need a little bit of upskilling, and I mean truly a little bit of upskilling, maybe you have, you're hiring somebody to be a logistics manager. They've done logistics before, but they need that management piece now. That's upskilling, and this program would be appropriate. Like I said, the goal is long-term employment. That is not to say if this person isn't working out that you have to keep them, okay? But what we don't want to see is companies hiring people, taking advantage of this program, and then as soon as the county stops reimbursing you, let them go. The final program is a transitional jobs program. This one is very different. It focuses on job seekers who have employment barriers. And frequently when we say employment barriers, what people hear is all of these people have a criminal background. While a criminal background is an employment barrier, no doubt, there are others out there. So if you want to hire somebody who is a single parent, who has long-term unemployment, who is a displaced homemaker, who is a dislocated worker, who has a weak work history, they might fall into this program. It can be used for individuals for short-term or temporary work. And it can be applied to part-time work as long as you have this person scheduled for 20 hours a week minimum and pay a minimum of $10 an hour. The county reimburses employee wages at 100% up to 160 hours. It's important to note that if you are going to use either the transitional jobs program or the on-the-job training program, both of those job seekers have to be registered with us before their first day of work. So if you are interested in using either of these programs, I encourage you to give me a call so we can talk about it and kind of get your business on the road to that and get those people in the door before they start with your company. All right, questions? Answers?
So we had just hired 3 people. None of them live in Nordonia, which was disappointing for me because I was hoping we would get more local people, but we just didn't have any applicants and I didn't know about your program. So they're starting next week. So we have no plans to hire anybody right now, but I mean, one of them might quit the second day. So do you think I should post something now, even though I don't really have an opening, but I might, and just, I'm not sure how I want to go about that. I don't want to be misleading, but they also tell me, don't wait till you need someone to start looking. So.
Right. I mean, it depends on I would say it depends on how overstaffed you feel right now. Now, one thing I will tell you, since you and I had a conversation earlier this week, when I do that recruitment event on the 20th and 21st, you are one of the companies in the back of my mind. So I'm specifically looking for individuals, or I'm going to market to individuals in the Twinsburg, Nordonia, that end of Summit County. So if there's people there that I include cleaning companies in hospitality.
Okay.
So if there's somebody that I get from that area, I'm going to send you their resume, whether you want it or not.
Okay. Yeah, well, we do have plans to grow and, sometime in spring, early summer, hire 3 more and then, beyond that. So, that could be somebody's going to be looking for a job in the summer and, so it'd be good to identify them now, perhaps. So.
Right. Other questions?
That was a lot of information, Dawn.
It is. It's a ton of information. And that's why I will, Laura, if it's okay with you, I will email you the handouts that would typically go with this. And I will email you the PowerPoint so you have a reference point if you're interested. By all means, if anybody ever has a question, please feel free to reach out.
Yeah, I'm really sorry I couldn't figure out the share screen thing.
Oh, that's okay. And use me for a resource too, because I just gotta, if you're interested, the Opportunities for Ohioans with Disabilities is sponsoring a training, a 4-part training here mid-January to mid-February about hiring individuals with disabilities. And they fall under several programs. So you can get tax credits for that, and you can, I think OOD also offers some training funds for those if you're hiring that population of people. But they're doing training on, what are reasonable accommodations, what is appropriate and what is not, and how many questions are you allowed to ask, and what kind of questions are you allowed to ask, and that kind of stuff. So lots of resources out there. If you have somebody who has a criminal background and you're willing to give them a shot, ask for, or if you're on the fence about it, you can ask for a CQE, certified qualitative certificate, I think. Anyway, the bottom line is that the state of Ohio will insure them. So if you hired them and something happened, the state of Ohio will reimburse you. So let's say you're going to hire somebody for cleaning and they had a CQE and they ended up stealing something out of somebody's house. The state of Ohio is going to make amends for that. So it's an effort to get individuals who have backgrounds, help them get jobs. So, but there's lots of programs out there like that. So if you have any questions, please, again, use me as a resource for things that,
Do you have
Go
Do you
ahead.
have a good amount of work at home jobs?
If you'd asked me that question a year ago, I said, no, we have none. Because we don't typically engage with work from home jobs because so many of them are scams. And we work really, really hard to make sure that all the places we refer our customers are legitimate, good jobs. We're seeing more and more work from home. We're seeing more and more go to the office for a short period of time, as in 6 months or a year, and then you're going to work from home. I know a lot of the insurance companies are doing that now for their customer service reps. They want you to go to the office for a year. As long as you're a good employee in the office, they're going to allow you to work from home. We have some IT positions open. We have some like graphic design kind of positions available. That, yeah, those are all work from home at this point.
Could you talk just a tiny minute again about the tech cred thing? Because I've been seeing that all over Facebook. People are talking about it. Who does this apply to? Who would benefit from it?
So employers are the one who make application for that. And if you have an employee that you want to upskill in some technology area, and of course, there's a criteria that goes with it. I know one of the criteria is it has to end with an industry recognized credential. Okay. So Jennifer, this might apply to you if you were going to hire somebody and they needed to get some kind of credential in finance/IT of some sort, maybe working your databases or something like that. You could apply for the tech cred through the state, and then they reimburse you for any outlay that you have.
Could you send me something? I'd like to post that. I'd like to share that out. I think that's big because a lot of companies are tight on cash right now,
Sure.
but need people to be tech cred, whatever.
Yeah.
So if you could send me that, I'd be happy to send that out for you.
Okay. Yep. We'll add that.
Okay, cool. Any other questions?
Dawn, if I remember from when you and I had a one-on-one conversation, you and I talked a lot about not only do you help with, entry-level positions and people who, might have some issues with background or work history and things like that, but one of the things that you were seeing was an increase in executives.
Yes.
And that you can really help a whole range of people. It's not just entry level, but you really can go all the way up to the executive level as well.
Yeah, our entire team at the office is 15 people, and there's 6 of us that focus just on employers, and then the balance focus on job seekers. We have one person who actually specializes in the executive level individuals. So most of the people that he works with are securing positions paying over $100,000 a year. So we do have access to those kind of positions. We do have a special networking group for that type of job seeker. But yeah, we can do the whole gamut I've had people who are early 30s and have never, ever worked a day in their life, which is, I know, Laura, that's what I do too.
It's like blowing my mind here.
To people who are accustomed to making 250,000 a year. So, I mean, we get,
Well, that blows my mind too. Okay.
we get the whole spread. And it's, a lot of times when employers first have their conversations with us, they're looking to fill those entry-level positions. But as they work more and more with us, they see the value in looking for manager and executive level individuals also. Because again, our goal is to make this as pain-free as possible for both job seekers and employers. So we'll go to great lengths to vet individuals on both sides and see if it's going to be a good fit. Now, the delicate balance there is to make sure that I'm sending you quality people without eliminating folks that might be really great, but kind of don't present real well. So we help coach them along on presentation, both verbally and physically sometimes.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dawn. And you can all be a resource now. You know a lot more now about job seeking and filling positions than you did half an hour ago. That's for sure. Tanya did just, okay, pause.